So we wanted a bit of extra water storage for our van. We have a tank underneath here on the driver's side. I think you can see it there. So that's about 75 litres. We just found that wasn't really enough for us. The fuel tank is over on the other side there, and we couldn't really find anywhere underneath here that wasn't, too close to the exhaust or going to lower the ground clearance. And so we decided to get a bit of extra water storage on top of the van, which you can see up there. So what we've done is we've got the outlet here, and when we fill up the tank that's under the van, it goes in here. We connect it with a pipe from there down to here, and it fills up the tank underneath, which is where our pump suctions from. All I've got here is 3 6-meter lengths of standard PVC piping, some 45-degree bends, some caps, and some fittings which just allow me to join the 3 of them together. And then I've joined it onto this tap here on this end, which is my outlet. And over on the other end, which I'll take you to now, I have these 45-degree angles turned upwards, so that I don't get any water trapped in the bottom of them. They're all going to flow down into the main tube, and on the front, as you saw, they turn down so that I can get all the water out. They're also all joined together here, so the 3 tubes just act as one. And I've got an overflow here, just a cap on that so that I can have that off. I can fill it up from the front with a hose from the garden tap, and when it flows out of here, I know that it's full. This previously was a sealed unit, but I had a problem with it, which I'll explain to you in a minute. So if you're putting these on, if you were making this from new, or I've obviously repaired mine, when you've got it all lined up, if you look inside here, you'll see that some of the silicon's squished out. So it's important to smooth that into that join to make sure you get a good seal, because that's where the water's going to try and go through. And anywhere where you're trying to seal against water, you always want to seal on the inside where the water is trying to travel, so that the water pressure pushes the sealant into the gap or the join rather than on the outside. If you seal on the outside, for example over here, the water will ultimately, no matter how good your sealant is, will push it off ultimately. The caps really just got your standard 100mm PVC pipe cap. I've drilled a hole in there, and I've put a garden irrigation fitting on with a little elbow and a short piece of PVC pipe, and I joined the 3 together so they can all flow as one. So something else to just consider is obviously don't go too wide with those tubes, because then you're going to shadow your solar to some degree. So when you're out on your travels, you'll often find a tap. It won't have anything on top to turn the tap on or off. It just has a hole in there. It's quite handy to have one of these little things which you can buy from your local hardware, and it has all of the different sort of threads or spanners for those, they're called tamper-proof taps. So you might need a bit of water and you come across one of those taps, and this will allow you to get some water from such a tap.